Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Capital Conflict. Big up to every single one of you. You guys already know what to do as soon as you enter into the screen. Hit the like button, subscribe, super. No, there's no lottery, but still super chat if you want to get your comments read out. Big up to all of you, man. And yes, sub to the panel. Sub to the panel. Links are in the title. Links are down in the description. And the fixtures are coming thick and fast. We've got another round of games over the next couple of days. Mike's team is literally playing in a couple of hours. So the football is coming thick and fast for everybody. And for us, as Chelsea fans, keep bringing it. Keep bringing it because this is the most enjoyable season that I've had in ages. Shout out to Chill Dog. This is just us, just the chill guys collecting 3 points, keeping things stepping, and just avoiding any of these other unrealistic expectations that everybody's trying to put up on us. But you guys already know the vibe. Southampton next. I don't think we're going to have time to do a Southampton preview because I've got to do a Chelsea Fan TV preview in the evening. So here is the Southampton preview, guys. We're winning. Thank you for watching. Hit the likes, subscribe. Shout out to everybody that's locked in. Big up to Alu. Big up to Gaming for Life. Happy birthday in advance to you because your birthday's tomorrow. Shout out to Crawley Eagle. Shout out to Arthur, Daniel. And shout out to the panel. Northside. What are you saying, my guy? How's your weekend been?
Yeah, all calm, man. All calm. Big up for having me on the show. Big up, Mikes. Thank you for the 3 points. You know what I mean? Thank you very much, my G. But yeah, no, it's been calm, man. I can't lie. It's actually been, I've been all right lately. You know what I mean? The performances have been good. The results have been good. So, I've been all right. Still got a couple of concerns, but I've been all right.
Like to hear it. Relative peace. Like to hear it. Even if it's from a rival perspective, I'm happy for you because like you've been in the trenches with this football club. But speaking of the trenches, Mike's fortune's always hiding, innit?
Where do we even what the joy is? Big up for having me on. Big up Northside. Big up the chat. Yeah, same old. Yeah, let me not say too much before we get really into it. But same old at West Ham. Just same old.
I feel like I was stupid for even hoping that you guys would have something for us. I really tried to believe. I didn't want to do the whole like bubbles and irons and all that crap, but I wanted the best for you on the weekend because the best for you is also kind of the best for us. And you guys barely even got out of your fucking half for the first half. It was just painful to watch. Like, that was one of the saddest hate watches I've ever done. It got to a point where it's like, just get one goal so I can get to 15. And it's just Mikel Antonio just fumbling everything in the final third. It was annoying as fuck. But, bro, talk to me. Another frustrating home performance for you. Another stay of execution for Lopetegui. What are you saying, my guy? What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, as I said, I think we said this last time about Lopetegui needs to have execution. I said he needs to be executed. And this is why. He said it's frustrating for you. I have to watch that week in, week out. I've had to watch that all my life, pretty much. But yeah, the thing is, I didn't have any hope going into the game anyway. Obviously, last week we're talking about apologies from people on Reddit and stuff. Yeah, you can shove your apologies up your ass, bruv. Yeah, remember this from last week. Remember this, people. Like
we beat Newcastle and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a good response. You was waiting for this. Yeah, this is what you wanted. Yeah, you didn't believe. It's people like you that's making the club go down. You were waiting for their demise. You know what I mean? All just because you wanted to be right. That's why you did that. And now look, you don't deserve Lopetegui. You don't deserve him.
If you can't stand by us in our victories, you can't be with us in the defeats as well.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem with virgins like that put apologies up on Reddit and stuff. They go on Reddit to talk about football and shit. Listen,
was that your only win over the last few games, by the way?
Yeah, that was our last win since the Man United one, where we got 10 Hag sacked.
Oh, brother, that came out after one victory.
Yeah, and because it was Newcastle away at ground we don't win at, people started overhyping it. And listen, we saw some positives in that, but as I said, after every win that we have, we never carry it on, and we look like a completely different team in the next game. Now, cool, people can say, "Oh, it's Arsenal." Look, we can say that about literally every team that we faced. Oh, it's this team. Oh, it's this team. Well, you got to start winning eventually. If you don't win against the teams you're not expected to win, you got to win against the teams you're not expected to win. Now, it's pretty much like back to back where I've had to see Arsenal go like score 4 goals at my ground in the first half, back-to-back years with 2 different squads and 2 different managers, 2 different bozo managers. And this is the problem. Like, everyone was overhyping 1 win. I was like, I'm happy with this, but I'm still concerned about this. I think that's just a fair assessment. Everyone's just like, just be positive. We can have positivity now. Listen, I'll be positive when there's something to be positive about for the long term. I can be positive about the game, but you literally have Arsenal next. Like, you saw what happened last year. Yes, we have a better squad, but we still have a terrible, terrible manager with a terrible, terrible structure. Everyone that watched that game kind of expected that to happen. I don't think anyone expected West Ham to get anything. Like, I don't think anybody really was like, okay, West Ham can turn up today just because they beat Newcastle. Like, I was happy with the lineup, but we still had Julian Lopetegui in charge. He's lucky that he was suspended and he was up in the stands, and he didn't look as homeless as he did against Newcastle. Listen, cool. You weren't in on the touchline or whatever, but guess what? You still put the team out. Your coaching staff is still part of the problem. Your coaching staff still put that team out to defend that corner the way we defended it. I've never seen us look this terrible at defending set pieces. Not even under Pellegrini or Bilic, we were this bad under like defending set pieces and stuff.
So there's been something that's declined this season then.
Yeah, for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we've been bad at taking set pieces for a very long time. Like, we used to be that set piece team, like in lockdown and the season just after lockdown. But Ward-Prowse aside last year, we don't know how to take a set piece. Like, it seems like Emerson's the only one. Like, I love Bowen, but he can't take a set piece. But listen, not all the greatest players can take a set piece. Like, Payet was great at free kicks at his club. He was terrible at corners. He was terrible. He couldn't take a corner. But that happens. That happens. I get it. And listen, our squad isn't as tall or whatever. But even just the tactics, yeah. Like, we've got a decent back four. That back four shouldn't be doing what it's doing. It just has no confidence under this manager. A back four, Emerson, Kilman, Wan-Bissaka, and Todibo would be brought up as a lot higher in the league and be talked about a lot more, like, positively. If we
Look at
actually had a
moments
manager
like the
approaching
fourth
him.
goal, for example, I hear it. Like, Hillman just panics. You could
Yeah.
probably get to Havertz or get to the ball first and
And
try to shield off.
And to be honest, Kilman hasn't even been bad all season. That's just one rare mistake from Max Kilman. He's been one bailing the manager out. And this was a player the manager wanted because he had him at Wolves. But I'm fine with Kilman. I'm fine with Wan-Bissaka, who still manages to perform well in these situations where we're getting battered and he's professional as hell. Like, he still thinks we're still in the game the way he plays. Fabianski taking 20 years to take a goal kick every time. He thinks we're winning all the time. I've been complaining about this guy when it comes to goal kicks for years. He takes about 10 years just to take one. We're losing 5-2, bro. We're losing 5-2. I don't care if you're 40. I don't care if you're 50. You can kick a ball at least. You're meant to be a professional footballer. But every time he kicks a ball, it either goes to an Arsenal player, an opposition player in general, or off the pitch. Antonio can't control a ball. We've known this for years. However, why are we pinning our hopes on a 34-year-old in 2024? The guy has been here for years. He's bailed us out so many times. But why is he still our main striker? Because Fulkrug is injured. But you got to prepare for these things. Danny Ings hasn't been bad since he's come on. Maybe give him a chance. I'm not saying he's our solution. I'm just saying he's there. He's there. Like,
Try something different, innit?
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. Like, I don't care about this club anymore. I don't care. The reason why I don't care is because what's the point of getting your hopes up when they constantly let you down? There is no point. I know we're not going to get relegated because this league is so shit that there's generally 3 worse teams than us. But because of the Sangria Spaz, as I called him before, we're still going to be distinctly average. We're still going to be distinctly average. We're going to be constantly 30th, 40th, like around those spaces with him in charge. And this is the problem. It's all about coaching when you see it on the pitch. I don't get what gets into people's head. How are you blaming the players over the manager? I've singled out a couple players here and there, but overall, I've not really gone at the players since the Chelsea game. Even the likes of Souček, even the likes of Antonio. I've not got at them because the manager there's a different manager out there that can get more out of them.
I will say, though, I think you can, when you look at the goals, I don't know how many of that comes down to like structural issues, except maybe the first one because it's a corner. But even then, like, it's 3 set piece goals, not 2 goals from open play. And you just got done for the second one. The second one was just brilliant play between Saka and Odegaard, takes out the entire West Ham defense. The 4th goal, you guys are all chasing the game. Kilman kind of overthinks the situation, lets Havertz through 1-on-1. And the rest has come down to penalty calls. One, I don't think you deserve to get called against you in the Saka penalty. And in the Odegaard one, it was a lazy tackle from Paqueta. So that one I feel like is a bit more individualistic. And I'm not using that to say keep Lopetegui or nothing. Like he's a crap coach. But for this game, how much do you really think comes down to him?
I'll still say it's still 60-40. The reason why I say it's still 60-40 is because you know the period of time when we scored 2 goals and we went mad for those few minutes. That's when the players were like, fuck the manager. We're playing how we want to play because they went off the crowd. We were literally just like encouraging them to press because all we do is sit high up the pitch, but we don't press them. So we just let them have the ball and it's one ball over the top and every team is through. That's what we did against you guys. We did this against Newcastle as well. We did this against everyone. So when it's the crowd and stuff, they're pressing because they're going off what the crowd are doing, not off what the manager. They're like, he's not even there. He's up in the stands. Fuck him. Let's do what we want. So we're playing how we want to play. Like that's what the players are like. Fuck him, because there's a lot more out of the players you can get out of than what we saw for the predominant of the 80 minutes that we saw in that game. There's about 10 minutes of like decent football or decent chances that we created because they went against the manager. Because the reason why these players are playing so bad is because they don't want the manager to be there. They do not want the manager to be there. But he's lost the dressing room from that Chelsea game when he scapegoated Guido Rodriguez to take him off in the 30th minute, a signing that you approved. That's when you know, okay, you ain't got the players on side. Because you scapegoated a signing that you wanted, even though about 10 players played awful because of you. Kudus got taken off at halftime against Brentford. Ever since then, Kudus hasn't been the same, even though he's been playing out of position on the left. On the left, by the way. And if then Kudus and Soler have been playing over Somerville on the left. Kudus hasn't been playing in his right position once. He lost the players like 5 games in. You know how amazing that is as an achievement to lose your players 5 games in. You got to be some form of shit. Like genuinely,
5 games is barely into September, bruv. That's wild.
Because like Paqueta hasn't been great in 2024. Don't get me wrong, but even last season, the players knew Moyes was going. You can tell. That's why we got battered every week. They played like it. But I knew Moyes was going a year before he went because he was on 1 year left. The players are just sick and tired of having terrible coaches because they know what they're capable of. That's why we still hear them talk about we can get Europe and stuff like that. But they ain't playing under a manager that can get them into fucking Europe. I even said when I briefly appeared on Northside Channel, I'm lucky I still got a hairline because of this cup, bro. I'm lucky I still got a fucking hairline. Because if I look like all the other West Ham fans right now, I'd be looking like John Joe Shelby in 4 years. Like, this is terrible. I'm lucky I've still got something up here. Because the manager doesn't. You've seen him. He's saluting over here. I generally don't know what I'm watching half the time. But I'm done getting up for it. I got up for it because I wanted to beat Arsenal for that one time, so I could piss Arsenal fans off. But I knew we weren't going to do anything. But a lot of people were convinced you just be positive. Just be positive about what, bruv. You fucking stupid virgins. Creating apologies, bruv. Creating apologies for what? For what? This is the worst manager I've seen since Avram Grant. And I was 7 years old. I knew how bad Avram Grant was. We got relegated. Came 20th. He came 20th under Avram Grant. He's worse than Pellegrini.
Yeah, he did back-to-back relegations, didn't he? And took down Portsmouth and then took you lot down.
Yeah. Our ownership was new then, and the first manager they hired was Avram Grant, and we got relegated. And this is the thing: all eyes are now on the owner now, because I get why the manager wasn't sacked after Arsenal, because it's a quick turnover into Leicester. This guy doesn't hire interims, so I knew he wasn't going to be sacked. I was just hoping that I haven't heard anything from the club in a while. Maybe you get that corner flag tweet.
Well, you're getting linked to basically everybody from what I'm seeing. There's Sergio Coensao, that came from the Telegraph. But even then, you read the article, you're looking at Allegri, which, I mean, you didn't like Moyes, so Allegri might genuinely off you. Graham Potter, there's Gaultier. You're yet to advance interest in Terzic. You've made checks on Hulmans, I don't know who that guy is, Roger Schmidt and Sebastian Hoeneß from Stuttgart. So it looks like you're just looking through fucking anybody who could take the West Ham job.
If you get
Is this-
Roger Schmidt, you're gonna get relegated. I'm not even
Oh,
gonna-
fucking hell.
that guy is trash.
Is
Bro,
that from
he's-
The Guardian?
Yeah, the Guardian. Who was it? Jacob
Stein.
Steinberg.
Forget him then. Forget everything that he just said right there. None of that's
Oh,
true. Then.
shit for you lot too.
Oh, he's been shit for everyone. He's just shit, bro. He said the
I
Guilherme
thought
deal
he'd
was
like to be a
off.
bit more legit with you because he's a West Ham fan.
No. I don't claim him. Because he gets everything wrong. Him, Graham Bailey, and I forgot the other idiot. That's always wrong. Like they
I'm
always
with
get.
you. Fuck Jacob Steinberg every day ending in a Y. That guy's a prick.
Bro, we signed Luis Guilherme. It was our first signing, a Brazilian winger. Him, Graham Bailey, and I legit can't remember the other one. They all said the deal was off. And the deal was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano literally like an hour later. Like, I don't like why are people still believing him? Like he says he gets everything wrong. Everyone that we're linked with, we're not linked with. He linked us with Joe Bellingham. We're not going after Joe Bellingham. Like we've got no interest.
You
There's
never
no
know.
link. Like doubt it. Jacob Steinberg doesn't get anything right. He never has. When he went from saying Lopetegui isn't going to get sacked to then straight after against Newcastle and Arsenal, this guy is 2 games away. How do you go from not going to get sacked to then 2 games away from being sacked? He's just making things up on the spot. He doesn't know what he's doing, but credit to him for making a living out of it because people still fall for this shit. Especially the people that probably making apologies. They're probably his go-to customers and stuff like that as well. Well,
Yes.
that comes with like
He's doing the same shit for us last season with Poch.
Yeah, this comes with the territory, man. Like we're playing a couple hours. I don't give a shit what happens. I don't care who plays. I don't care what the tactics are. Because look at the manager that's in charge. Like, I don't care who plays out there. We're gonna be.
You got new manager bounce Ruud van Nistelrooy as well. It's gonna be a long evening, bruv.
Finish the job. Just finish the job. I don't care at this point. I don't care. People call me a fake fan. I've supported this club all my life. I didn't have a choice to support this club, but my parents support it. That's why I'm a fan of West Ham. I didn't actually.
I hear it though, because like the amount of hype that I saw for West Ham going into the season was crazy. Because you guys had a good window. You guys brought in the right players and everything, and it reminds me so much of Chelsea last season. It's insane. To the point of like positions and everything, because you're literally in 14th, which was the positions we were dancing around at this point last season as well.
Yeah.
Do you think he lost the season like Poch? Or when does it end? Because I thought it would have been Arsenal. So you can give the new manager an opportunity to get a bounce back against Leicester City. And then your run after that isn't too bad. Wolves, Bournemouth is going to be tricky. Brighton's a bit tricky. But after that, it's Southampton. It's a bit of an easier run for you than the one that you've just come out of. But he's still here.
My whole thing is, like, he will only last the season if he has been doing what he's been doing all season. We go on a run of losing games, and then we get that one win that puts us afloat when he's just 1 game away from being sacked. I say this to everyone. West Ham turned into prime Barcelona when the manager's about to get sacked. That's why we won against Newcastle. We always do this. We did this under Moyes in the Conference League season. He was always 1 game away, and then Moyes would win the game, and then he wouldn't be 1 game away from getting sacked anymore. We do this quite a lot, but I don't think he'll actually last a whole season. There's no way he can, because there's too many teams out there that will just figure us out that will make us go on a run of losing games. Like, the only reason why we're still here is because of the individual quality that we have. I don't want it to be put out there, by the way, and people do revisionism about our transfer window and say, oh, it's actually quite a terrible window. Because barely any of these players have actually played. Nemo only came in like a few games ago. Kilman and Wan-Bissaka have been the only ones that have played most of the season. The problem is who we've given it to. The director of football actually has done very well in getting the players in and getting the deals done. It's just he's not in charge of who's getting the managers in. It's the owner still, because he doesn't want to pay compensation, which is ridiculous in itself, which is why we didn't get Amorim in the first place. Which is why, if you look at the 3 options, I can see Conceição actually linked, because he got linked by L'Equipe or whatever, the French.
Very good manager.
Yeah. From what?
Very
Yeah.
good manager.
I can only go off the games against Arsenal, and I saw enough. I saw more in those 2 games than I have with Lopetegui all season. I can't tell you what Lopetegui's style of play is, but Conceição seems to get you quite organised, but still play a bit of football at the same time. Just get the best out of what he has almost. Him and Sarri are the only 3 options that I'd actually like. Terzic doesn't solve anything.
Sorry at West Ham. You fall in love with him, man.
Anything. Bro, Edin Terzic doesn't solve anything, but I think it's going to happen. Like, I've been saying this for weeks, because he's worked at the club before. He was the assistant manager when Bilic was here. So he already has the relationship. He's a free. So if you see Lopetegui sacked, you're going to see instantly West Ham are in advanced talks with Terzic.
Just quickly as well, big up to Chelsea
identity-less.
Perspective for the 10 memberships. Big up to you, man. Appreciate you in the chat. Bless up, bro. Sorry, Mike. Keep going.
Terzic is just as identityless. Well, I watched them in the Champions League. Sometimes they play football, sometimes they go direct, sometimes they sit back, sometimes they press. We don't know what distinctively his style of play is. That's going to ruin the squad a lot more than it is. And at the end of the day, we're just wasting talent as we've always done at this club. That's the theme of West Ham in the Premier League. When we actually do have a good squad, we don't capitalise on what we have. We just waste the talent. I can see Somerville leaving like next summer. I can see Kudus definitely leaving because he's already got interest and he's already got a release clause that people can trigger. Pakistan, God knows, I don't really give a shit anymore about Pakistan, to be honest with you. The only one that I can't see leaving is Bowen because we signed a big contract, so he'll probably only leave unless we like got relegated or some shit. Like he signed a new contract last year, a 7-year deal.
Have to be like a big club really pressing him for it to get to that point. Because
Yeah.
I don't think that's happened with him. Like there's been like slight interest, but no one's really directly tried to take him from you yet.
No, it's like he's been linked to Liverpool for about 5 years, and he got linked with Newcastle since they got the takeover, and now and then. But Newcastle can't even spend their money. I don't know how they're going to get Bowen. We charge more than we did for Rice. I guarantee you that because of the contract. And Bowen is our main goal scorer. Even though this season he's still our top goal scorer, but he's only scored 3 goals. That tells you a lot about West Ham right now. Our top goal scorer is on 3. Bowen's on 3, and he hasn't even been playing like properly where he's actually his best this season. Our second top goal scorer is like joint with a bunch of people, and one of them's fucking Wan-Bissaka. He scored 2 goals.
To be fair, he was one of your better players.
Well, Wan-Bissaka's been our best player all season. I've got nothing to complain about Wan-Bissaka.
Against us.
Honestly,
against us.
I said he's a better winger than Sterling. Like the way he was attacking,
not wrong.
He does better than many of the wingers that I see in the Premier League. Like I didn't even want him in the first place, but the guy's proved me completely wrong because I didn't think he'd like give us as much as he actually has going forward. I thought we needed to sign someone that's better attacking, but he's actually been defensively brilliant as he always is, and just going through the paces 1v1.
Your players are just not coached, bro. Like
yeah, they're just so undercoached, bro.
You know what it is? Yeah, this is when it's unforgivable. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it a couple of weeks ago, the Ipswich Man United game. Look at the way Ipswich were playing football.
Yep.
This is a team that's just come up. Look at the style of play. Don't tell me you have to have world beaters to play good football. We saw Leeds come up before with Bielsa and play good football.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was winning football, but it was an identity. The style of play, you know they're going to be intense. You can see patterns of play. You can see what they're doing. Then if that's not what you want to see, then you can have a conversation, but you can identify the style of football. You guys got Somerville. I thought was a great, excellent buy. Start of the season, he's showing his promise, and all of a sudden, the system lets him down. And now he's just playing within himself. Bowen is an effective attacker. What's going on with him? Antonio at 34 years old should not be your second option. I know you went and got Fulkrug. I get that, but he should not be your second option. You're just holding on to the player to do the bare minimum in the transfer. Sole is not a trash player. Lewis Paquetá, we've seen him put good performances in. Souček, he can do a job, but you need a system. What is the system? You know, there are players there that have got quality at West Ham. Wan-Bissaka, bro, he was excellent. He took his goal excellently. He's been playing. Yeah, he has been your best player this season. The problem is, you guys, I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, how is it that you guys play? We play Jorginho. Now, the one thing Jorginho don't like at this age is being pressed. He doesn't have the legs to run it back. You got Jorginho winning the ball in your counter-attacks because you guys ain't pressing as a team. You guys ain't attacking as a team. You're not attacking with numbers. I don't get what you guys are doing. Like, you could have used that advantage that, Arsenal are playing Jorginho. Let's go and give him a game. Let's outrun Jorginho. Let's look at Calafiori and see that, you know, this guy in a half turn is very slow. Let's utilize that. Let's put him into uncomfortable situations. You never really did that. It was Wan-Bissaka putting us in an uncomfortable situation. Other than that, Bowen, every time he attacks, where's the passing lanes? Where's the runners? You pass Antonio, and he's just like a lamppost, bro. Just bounces back. I don't even know what he's doing anymore. I don't even think his hold-up plays all that anymore. I think he's regressed in every level of his game. Antonio. He's effective. You guys, I don't understand what you guys are doing. You know, you could have attacked us down the Calafiori side. You didn't. You could have tried to overrun Jorginho. You didn't. You guys just allowed us to just outplay you easily, bro. Like it was pathetic, bro. I can't even lie. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, bro. Like, you can't see newer teams coming up having an identity with championship level players And West Ham has been in the Premier League for years and years, and money spent and the transfer window, and this is the best that you've got. Do you know what I mean? Sergio Conceição would at least give you an identity. He'll at least set you up defensively solid, even with the players that you have. But at the moment, bro, I just don't understand what you're trying to do. I don't know what your style of play is. Like when we played against, I don't know what it was. And yeah, we were stupid. Arsenal were stupid to allow you back into the game. 4-0 up, and then we're allowing you to get back into the game. Emerson, what a free kick, though. I will give you that.
Brilliant free kick.
A free kick, bro. I can't lie. He slapped that. That was one I said, you know what, fair enough. But
I've never seen him take a free kick like that before. Or in general, to be honest. That's something you learn from West Ham.
Bro, that first half, we continue to foul you right outside our box.
Yep.
Rice fouled you to give you a free kick. Then Jorginho fouled you. Do you know what I'm saying? Press these guys. Rice has not been on the best run. He's not been on the same level as last season. Rice has not been that great. Even Partey's been playing better than him. That was a midfield you could have tried to get got at, but I don't even think you really pressed us. Like we gave you 2 free kicks. You countered from that. Wan-Bissaka tried something, and other than that, you guys weren't doing anything.
Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah. Well, how many times have I said this? Like, we are high up the pitch, we don't press. So what's the point of being high up the pitch? You're not going to put pressure on the players. And also, like, when it comes to us in general, Bowen is great in the pockets and great running at players. This guy's always on the fucking touchline because of this manager. This is why it's the manager. The right back underlapping. Whether it's Wan-Bissaka or Sufa, whoever's playing there, mainly Wan-Bissaka, just put Wan-Bissaka on a fucking touchline. Put Bowen in the pockets, for God's sakes. Like, just put players where they actually need to be played. Like, it's actually not that hard. It's not hard at all. And the thing is, I want to just diffuse a narrative real quick about the whole Declan Rice thing. A lot of people are West Ham fans are so toxic for booing Declan Rice. Listen, no one hates Declan Rice. No one at West Ham hates Declan Rice. Yeah, you just boo to put them off. It's like fucking pantomime villain. Yeah, to create an atmosphere. Are people that stupid that they can't get that into their heads?
Yes.
Like, are people generally that fucking stupid?
Common sense is not common. Here's the thing, like there's a difference between hate and, like you said, just trying to unsettle players. I've seen like United do it to Ronaldo when he came back with Real Madrid. They didn't hate him. They applauded him when his name got read out before the game. Then as soon as they start, boos. We did the same thing to the likes of Matic. No hate towards it. Lampard. I remember Lampard was getting boos when he came on against Man City. After the game, all 4 stands are applauding him. Because the game's over. You're an op for 90 minutes. I can't even believe you have to explain it, but here we are.
Yeah, Rice was taking corners, and the corners of the stadium were clapping him. I was there. Like, I was literally at the game.
Even Fabregas, he'd get like mixed reception. Sometimes they boo him at the Emirates. Sometimes they'd applaud him for a corner. Same energy.
Yeah, honestly, like, but that there is what it is. But with the manager in general, there's another thing as well. One thing that was like summed up West Ham quite well. Every time Arsenal attacked, like it may be a failed attack, but then West Ham got the ball. Then on the edge of the box, what do? No one's showing for the ball because no one's confident, so they clear it. Goes back to Arsenal. Arsenal will come back. West Ham get the ball, clear it, back to Arsenal. It's generally like parking the bus on FIFA and just spamming circle, and then your mate's just trying to batter you on FIFA by just having the ball all the time. Like, that is legit what's been going on. Like, we're just trying to clear the ball straight back to them. And guess what? That's because they have no confidence to play under this manager. Like, these players are not that bad. Todibo is not bad at all. Todibo's a great centre-back. He's probably one of the better centre-backs I've seen at West Ham. Yes, I haven't seen many good centre-backs at West Ham, and it's not hard to like be above that. But Todibo and Kilman's a good partnership. It's just this manager isn't getting the best out of them. Emerson's a good left-back, a really good left-back. He's been really good for us, a very good left-back. We saw what Wan-Bissaka's been doing. Even Souček, even Thomas Souček, the guy who I complain about all the time, there's more to get out of him. There's more to get out of the worst players in the team than there is even just the best players. And honestly, I don't think with Paquetá, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm just trying not to go at players as much. Like, I can try and analyze them for their situations and say that they're not good enough for this club.
Manager first, though. I hear it.
Yeah, honestly, but this is the thing. Yeah, I'm not even going to celebrate if this guy goes because I think we're going to hire Terzic. I don't think anything's going to change. So I'm kind of just restricted into just fuck it, vibes for life. Because what else am I meant to hope for? There's nothing else going on.
Hey, yeah, I hear it. Yo, we've all been there. Shout out to Pacharo quickly. Yes, maddest heel turn I have seen in probably all my time watching wrestling. I'm going to touch on it a little bit more later, but bruv, that is like that is the most sensational segment I've seen in fucking years, man. And I'm glad they've given the New Day a little something more because they've been stale for the last 4 years. But Northside, I want to touch on it from an Arsenal perspective because it's 13 goals in your last 3 games. And the narrative's now like Arsenal seem to be back to their best again. And it is kind of like the same goal-scoring run that you were doing towards the back end of last season. How are you feeling about Arsenal over the last couple games? Do you feel like it's Arsenal getting back to their best? Do you think it's a case of Arsenal making the most out of the opposition that they're playing, like Nottingham Forest, couple injuries, West Ham with the Satanist in charge, no Amorim with Sporting Lisbon? Or could it be a bit of both? Could both things be correct?
Odegaard and Saka's back. When Odegaard and Saka are in the team, his approach to the games are different. He wasn't playing like this when they're not available, especially Odegaard. When Odegaard's out of the midfield, he was unable to fix the midfield, and it wasn't really that hard. Just add Ethan in the number 10, and then you can play Rice and Partey if you want to continue with that. That's all he had to do. But as soon as Odegaard's not available, all of a sudden, we don't know how to transition out of defense. We don't know how to attack. We're not ponying. We don't create enough chances for the left side of our attack. The left side is provided by Odegaard or Saka. If they're not there, then the left-hand side is not provided by anything. Calafiori inverts centrally, so there's no overlapping runner on the left-hand side to bring Martinelli or Trossard into the game. Odegaard looks to assist more to Saka. And even the way that Trossard got his goal, it was squared to him by what? It was started by Odegaard, chipped through into Saka, squared to Trossard, he taps it in. Without them two, the left-hand side is not active. Then we don't want to attack teams properly. We don't know how to transition properly. We don't know how to create without Odegaard in the team, which is ridiculous because we were creating just fine in the cups. And people can say opposition, but the style of play was there. The chances were created. And why? Because you played a natural number 10 in the number 10 position. Instead of this manager playing Trossard in the 10. Mikel Moreno, a DM in the 10. These things don't work. They don't work, but this is the stubbornness of Arteta. And it just shows that if Odegaard's out of form, or if Odegaard gets re-injured, he's not going to play Ethan. Because every 90 minutes that Ethan's played, he's been man of the match. And yeah, I still want to see the level of the kid. But hold on. Aren't players supposed to be rewarded with more minutes when they're scoring goals, being effective off the bench, and when they're 90 minutes, they are the best player, if not one of the best players?
Yes.
Otherwise, what are we doing here? Like, what are we actually doing here? There's no other bench player at Arsenal that deserves more minutes than Ethan. We're dominating against West Ham. He comes in the 85th minute. And this is how it's been all season.
Wasn't it after Jesus and Sterling too?
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. They're getting Jesus, Sterling, all these men are getting more minutes than Ethan. Based on what?
And the game was done by like 60, 70 minutes too.
It's done a long time ago.
Bro, when we're cooking Forest, why are you not bringing Ethan in? When he played 90 minutes against Preston and Bolton as man of the match, when he's coming off the bench, within 10 minutes he's scoring a goal. Why is he not getting more minutes? It makes no sense. And just based on this manager has to justify the fact that he's brought in Mikel Moreno. If he's fit, he has to get into the team because he's brought him. Trossard, he'll rather trust Trossard than Ethan. Trossard is not a 10. He's not a 10. How many more times do we need to see it, bro? He's a great winger, but he's not a number 10. And this is the thing. Nothing's changed for Arsenal for me. Nothing's changed because we still don't have a bench that's fixed. We still don't have a striker. And on top of that, there are players that can do better jobs in certain positions and just not those managers just neglecting playing them. He's just not playing them, even when we're winning the game. If you're up by 4-2 at halftime, you can say, okay, cool, bring on Ethan. Or if the game at halftime, like in 60 minutes, needs somebody to be a bit more direct and Odegaard's coming back from injury, don't you think it's a good idea to play Ethan? I think so. He's in good form. He's being direct. He's creating or he's scoring every other game. Why not? Why not? What's the worst that could happen? I don't understand it. You're supposed to be... Odegaard's been excellent. I'm not going to take it away from it. Odegaard's been excellent. Saka's been excellent since coming back from injury. But they've come back from injury. Manage their minutes. We're winning the game. We're already dominating the game. By the time we scored the 5th goal, bring Ethan on. Why wait and waste more time? And this goes down to exactly why I don't like this Filho da Puta, bro. Because as a manager, he's atrocious. Arteta doesn't see the warning signs. Arteta's the type of guy who's running, the engine light comes on, he keeps driving. He sees quick fit, he sees Halfords. No. It's about the journey, guys. And we're just going to keep driving, guys. You know, we're on a school trip, guys. And this is why I don't like this Filho da Puta, bro, because we can see issues, yeah? Fix them in game. Fix them. I don't understand it, bro. Like, people can talk about age. If you're performing, if Cole Palmer didn't go to Chelsea to have the platform to do what he's doing, would he be the player that he is? No, he's not.
Nope.
When players perform, give them the platform. If they don't perform, then we have a conversation. We're playing a young player that's not being effective. If the player's playing, let's see his level. Let's see his level.
Yeah, because like that's how you build confidence and that's how you build them up, especially when you're trying to get them into an elite level. Right now, what Arteta's indirectly saying to Nwaneri is, you're just not good enough. Regardless of what level you show or what you produce on the pitch, in my eyes, you're not good enough. Because win or lose, scoreline done out or still something to play for, you're getting pity minutes. You're not coming on until after the 80th minute, regardless. So you're just not at the level that I'm asking for, which is crazy because everybody else can see that he's at least offering something when he's on the pitch. He looks a little bit more direct. He's got a bit of fearlessness about him. He's willing to take the game by the scruff of the neck himself, but he don't get given the opportunity. That's why I said on the last episode, I'd leave. Transfer request in January, I'd go, or I'd try and go on loan or something. You're not learning anything from this. You're not developing. If anything, it's probably hindering the kid's confidence. You're seeing like DMs and 8s getting more game time in your position and the team's struggling. You come on, you have an impact, but the game's done. You're already 2-0 down by that point. What's the point?
Sorry, I'm just saying, like Cole Palmer was the perfect example. Think about it, yeah. When a player's ready for first team football, they have to play first team football straight away, but to actually develop in the first place. Because then they're 4 years behind, 3 years behind, 2 years behind their actual development in itself. And it's actually better for you for 1 year because he's actually probably ahead because of his age of where he probably should be at his age or where people think he should be. He's ready for first team football. He's at least ready to be a squad player. Now, I'd go on loan at least. He needs at least even a loan or even to be at a Premier League club, a championship club, wherever it is, where you can get maybe not even just consistent minutes, like 90 minutes week in, week out, but just make an impact now and then. Like he deserves more than just 20 minutes per game. I'm actually happy he didn't play like more because we would have got cooked even more, in my opinion. They would have been a bit more dynamic in midfield. But Nwaneri deserves minutes week in, week out for someone. Like if it's in the championship, week in, week out, if it's in the Premier League, squad player. Get him on in certain minutes and stuff. Even you got Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup in a few weeks. He's got to start that game. At least even if it is Palace, it's a Carabao Cup game. At least give him that. Because you've got Champions League, Premier League, and Carabao Cup all back to back to back. Like legit in December. You've got so many like fixtures in December. You've got to rotate your squad. Nwaneri is such a like useful member of that squad if he's actually used properly. But this manager, I think there's a bit of a myth that this manager likes to bring for young players. He doesn't. Like, when has he actually brought someone through when he's been the manager?
Bro, he's brought the majority of that squad, isn't he?
But bro, we had
bring young players through.
That's absolute facts because when we had Balogun, yeah, this guy went out on loan. Him and Reece Nelson. The only one that performed was Balogun. His numbers that season was up there with Mbappe in Ligue 1. What was his reward? Sorry, mate. When you come back from loan, we're cashing in. We're cash converters. That's what we are, bro. We're North London cash converters. We're cashing in. We've got to get the finances in. You're the sacrificial lamb. Not in Ketia that's been flopping 5-6 years. No. That was later down the line because we still had the fan base telling us, oh, you better apologize to Ketia because he scored 1 goal in how many games? Do you know what I'm saying? No. We're going to get rid of Balogun that's actually performing. Now, am I saying that Balogun is going to be the player to... Bro, he warrants getting minutes, bro, for what he did on loan. But do you know what we do? We give Reece Nelson that did F4 on loan, we give him 100k a week. Justify that in your head. You can't, bro, it doesn't make any sense, bro. It logically doesn't make any sense. You're seeing Amad Diallo right now, yeah? Cooking for Man United. Man United, they still got levels to go, but he's cooking. Why? because the manager's giving him, he's put faith in him, put him in a good position that can get the most out of him, and is actually helping him, bro. Do you know what I mean? Kobe Mainoo, another one. Cole Palmer at Chelsea. I'm not saying that Ethan is going to reach those levels, but give them a flipping chance. How did Rashford get his chance? They had injuries, they played Rashford. All of a sudden, my guy turns up, and I'm not even saying I rate Rashford like that, but he was effective for them. They should have sold him when his stocks were high. But that's what you do with young players. You either make it, or we're going to sell you and add you to our transfer budget and go and get the guy that is actually the guy. Do that. But we didn't do that. ESR. Couldn't get a tune out of him, apparently. Goes to Fulham, all of a sudden, first game, man scoring a goal. They can get a tune out of him. If Ethan has any sense here, leave this club. Apparently, we're going to give him a new contract. Nah, bro. Nah. If I'm you, Ethan, yeah. If I'm around Ethan, yeah, which I'm not, obviously, I'll be telling him, bro, this club don't develop young players. Look at the opportunity that Saka got. Brought into the team by Unai Emery, played as a fullback, continuously performed, then made his way to transition into playing as a winger. Because the manager actually rewarded performances. Since then, when do we reward performances? We don't. We re-signed the bums. We did this with Iwobi. We rewarded Iwobi, never gave Gnabry a chance. He was on loan at West Brom. Look at the career of Gnabry and look at Iwobi. Who's a better player? It's not rocket science. We had Harry Kane. Did we give an opportunity? No opportunity. We're going to sell you. But then we'll continue with Nketiah. We'll continue Reece Nelson. We'll continue with all these bums, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke, bro. I don't understand, yeah. This club used to have, yeah. One thing I can praise Wenger in the 10 years that he was a failure in winning major honours. He actually established a route into the first team. You perform in the cups, Gibbs, Fabregas, Aaron Ramsey, there's a route for you in the team. Adebayor, we got young. Van Persie, we got young. There's a route. What route is there at Arsenal right now as a young player? What route? What route, bro? Who is he bought as a young player and given opportunity? But it just goes to show, even the youngster that he bought, Marquinhos, where is he? First season, loaned out to Norwich. We ain't seen him since. I ain't saying he's the level. Why the hell did you bring him to the team? 5 years deep, the bench still ain't fixed. So why did you bring him? What was the vision? I don't understand it, bro. You brought in Lakonga and Fabio Vieira. Where are they? Out on loan. Nuntavaj out on loan, bro. This guy, I don't.
Vieira got sent back to the club you got him from, innit?
He's back at Porto.
Actually, no. Let me not even say anything. There's rumours we might do that to Dewsbury Hall, so let me not even say too much.
No. The thing is, Arteta would only bring, like, let's say Arteta was in a similar situation as he was a couple of seasons ago. He would only bring Nwaneri in then because he has to. The only reason why Saka and Smith Rowe were regularly even playing for Arsenal because Arteta was on the ropes. He then just started regularly playing them. Because even before the period of time when you won the FA Cup to that start of the season, I remember he was getting left wing back minutes joined with Maitland-Niles. Like, and then you started playing 4-2-3 while Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka to save his job because these youngsters have just come through. They've got a point to prove. So they're going to make Arsenal better. That's the only reason why Nketiah and Nelson even got a chance in the first place because they're just running around type people. Nelson's an okay player, not for Arsenal, but like for a lower league team like Fulham. He's doing okay at Fulham. But like Nelson and Nketiah are just going to run around and work hard and do all of that stuff. Nwaneri's an actual
because he would rather experiment with players out of position than players in their natural position. When Odegaard wasn't available, why not play Zinchenko? The guy is naturally a midfielder, and when you play him inverted, 90% of the game he's in the midfield anyway. He is a midfielder, but he won't try him in a 10. He'll continuously use him as a left back. Why are you playing Mikel Moreno as a 10 if he's a DM? Like, this guy does the wrong experiments, bro. When Havertz first come to the club, playing him in a 10. In a 10! This guy can't create, bro. What are we doing here? This is what I mean, yeah? So Arsenal ain't changed. The long answer is Arsenal ain't changed, bro. Because when you have to rely on a manager, if your manager's not making the right decisions, it's obvious to play Odegaard in the 10. Yeah, but you can accommodate for Ethan. Do you know why? Put Odegaard centrally because he likes to take too many touches in the opposition box. Put him centrally, yeah. Put him as a central midfielder. Play Ethan in the 10 because he's actually a 10 that's direct. He doesn't take too long to make decisions. He actually catches defenders out because he plays that through ball or he takes the shot when the angle is open. And Odegaard does it sometimes, but not on a consistent basis. A lot of times he doubles on the ball a lot as well. So then you can accommodate both of them, but he won't do that. He won't do that. And this is where it will cost you eventually as a football club. When your manager doesn't make the right decisions, the obvious decisions that you can see as a fan, they don't make those decisions. Guess what? That's what happened to us against Bayern Munich. We got eliminated. Last season, Liverpool, West Ham got eliminated. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what happens, bro. Because you don't make the right decisions in crunch games, and then it costs you. But you know my fan base? About 80% of the season, look at the scan rate, look at the GA, look at the numbers, look at this, look at that. Okay, cool. No problem.
Scan rate. Oh my god, the nonsense that comes up from football fans.
Don't forget the deserve to win-ometer. I don't know if you've seen that, Northside.
Oh my god, I remember.
Have you seen that?
Which one? No.
One second.
The deserve to win-ometer. That's crazy, man. I do what I love.
I can't believe you haven't seen this yet. Where is it? This guy, after every Arsenal game, right? He drops a deserve to win-ometer based on like the XG. So this is from the Chelsea Arsenal game. Deserve to win-ometer, expected outcome from match events. So what does the little print say? There's no deserve in sports, only what happens. But if there were, this is a crude attempt to estimate it. It takes the shots, the XG, and PSXG, I don't know what that is, possession value of each team and simulates the match 10,000 times to get the values for how often each teams would have won the match with the same events, ignoring how game state and referee decisions could change events. So he drops this after every match.
This is the same type of Arsenal fan that will tell you, if you don't see what Jesus brings to the team, you don't know ball. This is the same type of person that will tell you that Zinchenko is pivotal to the way that we play football, and now sucking off Calafiori that still can't defend. These are the kind of guys. These are the kind of guys here that will tell you that Mikel Moreno is an amazing player. This guy can't defend, can't attack. These are the same type of people that told you to apologize to Nketiah. The same type of guys that told you that Reece Nelson can do a job. The same type of people that told you Fabi Vieira is one of the best Portuguese midfielders, even though he never gets called up to the national team. Yeah, the same people that told you, that Rob Holding could do a job, El Nene can do a job. The same type of people that told you that Trustee's a good signing. You know what I mean? Karl Heinz a good signing. Aaron Ramsdale was one of the best goalkeepers in the league, and then when we sold him for like 30 odd M's, it's good business. These are the type of people, bro, that will come up with this crap. My fan base, bro.
That's why I always say I feel bad for you, not your club. I always feel bad for you. I will say the invite is always welcome, bro. We'll always welcome you to the blue side every time. Shout out to Godswill. Says, man like Northside. I'm gonna let you read that.
Grande abraço, meus irmãos portugueses. Cabo Verde. Big up, bro.
Big up, my guy. And big up, Lewis. Keep cooking those doubts that wanted Poch in. Losers. Big up the panel, man. Every single time, man. Like I told you, I've got receipts for damn dates. And I also want to say, I got to shout out Northside for that one. I got to shout out Northside. He's the inspiration behind that. This whole year is going to be cooking these pricks. So there'll be no rest. There'll be no rest. Shout out to me, Flamer Summit, and all the other guys. We're on to these Clear Lake crybabies. But just on that as well. Thoughts on Chelsea this weekend? I don't know if you guys caught the game or everything, but Villa got absolutely pammed. Best performance that we've had this season. I didn't expect it to be that much of a consolidatory performance, but they offered nothing. And we didn't allow them to offer anything either. And so again, this is why I'm doing the whole chill guy narrative. I'm just vibing. I don't have to worry. I don't have to stress. My target was top 4. I'm getting top 4. Yeah. So nothing else fucking matters. But quickly, what's you guys' thoughts been on Chelsea?
To be honest, they've been brilliant, exceptional. Like the thing is, I predicted the top 4 race, and I think you're still in a top 4 race despite the points. But you're doing really well right now. You're over exceeding on what you're doing right now. And my favorite thing about Maresca is that even though he tweaks it every game in terms of his lineup and positionally how players play on the ball, he keeps his principles. He's kept his principles since him coaching at Leicester as well. I watched the championship. I tried to catch the championship every season, and it's similar, but he's still tweaking it every game. Like compared to for example, when you played against Leicester, when you played João Felix, put him in the pocket, put Cucurella on the left, and just knew he would hug the touchline well. And also, what's it called? For this game, you put Cucurella like in the back three. Caicedo played at right back, but inverting, really good. And then Sancho coming back in. It feels like there's a lot of team spirit now. When every player comes in, they play at a certain level where they have so much belief in the manager. They've bought into what the manager's trying to do. And it's come to a point where everyone's looking, for the most part, consistent, barring obviously your goalkeeper. Even though he wasn't that, I don't think he was terrible against Villa, but like overall he's terrible. But everyone else just looks somewhat consistent. Everyone looks like they're believing in one thing at the same time. So whoever comes in for anyone else in the lineup, they don't look out of place. Everyone's playing to a level where they're getting the best out of each other. Like Sancho played well, I thought, when he came in. Like Cucurella, it plays well no matter when.
Fucking million, bruv.
Bro.
All for a man that they sacked 2 months later. I told this to Rant. He knows as well, because that guy loves Sancho the same way. That is some of the dumbest decision making I've ever seen at that club.
He's the most scapegoated player I've seen for the past 5-6 years. He didn't deserve some of the hate he got, in my opinion. Because, to be honest, he barely went on a run of games at Man United, and he barely even had a coach in the first place. If you can see how good someone is, and then they dip off because they've gone to a certain environment, etc., and you see a theme of that, it's not the player. Now, yes, you could criticize.
They wanted him to be something that he isn't. That's the thing. And even with some Chelsea fans, I'm noticing it, because they're like, why don't Sancho like drive forward? Why don't Sancho go for more shots and everything? It's not him. He's going to pick up the ball. Yep, and just wait for runners around him. He's still good at dribbling and everything, but you give him the runners and he cooks. So just play to that. Have Cucurella make runs. Have an Enzo make run. Have Jackson do it. And then just fire it.
You've got to talk about like how good like Jackson has been this season, how good Caicedo has been this season. Like the improvement of Jackson this past year, like don't get me wrong, like you can say, I get when people say, okay, Chelsea may need like a proper number 9 to challenge for the league title, but regardless, Jackson has to be a part of whatever Chelsea are doing in the next few years. And even with Caicedo as well, no matter where he plays on the pitch, his level never drops. His level never drops. His level hasn't dropped.
I'm starting to think we need an understudy now to Jackson. If he can keep this up till the end of the season, I'm going to think just get an understudy underneath him. Because who's to say you don't reach another level the year after? All I've seen is an upward trajectory. It's just he's skyrocketed this season to a point where he's looking like the best in the league. So if he's the best in the league by the end of the season, we don't need to upgrade. No point.
Yeah, honestly,
get me Delap or something. We'll work underneath him.
I was just going to say, let's say Delap carries on to his form. Let's say he goes to Chelsea. Who can say that? Who's to say that Maresca can't get another level out of Delap as well? Because I didn't think before this season.
Worked under him too.
Yeah, I didn't think before this season that Delap was going to be, of the Premier League level as of yet compared to all the other signings teams which side. But he just plays like he's got something to prove all the time. So him going to Chelsea would actually be perfect. I'd actually think he'd rise to the big occasions very well. With someone like Jackson, it feels like he thrives off like people actually criticizing him. I feel like he's always had like a chip on his shoulder ever since he's come to the league. And every game he's got better and better and better because every time people are like rising the level to have more expectation on him, keep criticizing him, but he keeps proving people wrong. Like despite the fact he mightn't even be your traditional number 9. I think Emery was the one who put him to number 9 at Villarreal, but he doesn't look out of place.
He's the one who told them to do it before he left for Villa.
Yeah. So Sancho, Neto, Jackson. And even when Madueke, I know he's frustrated. I know Mudryk is frustrated, but when these players come in, they at least know what their job is. They come in and they don't look. It doesn't look super low level because of the players they have around them and because of the system. He's getting the best out of the players of what he has, and he's exceeding the level. As long as you guys keep doing what you're doing, there's really much to complain about. You will be in the title race maybe in a year or maybe next year if you keep carrying on the way you're going. Like God knows where Chelsea are going to be this season. I don't know. Honestly, where the league is going, I don't know who's going to be top 4 at this point.
Top 4.
I'm not going to put you guys like there just yet because it's too early. It's too early. We've seen this happen before.
You still think someone else gets over us?
I don't know. I mean, like, in terms of,
you haven't got anything concrete.
Like in terms of like, I'm not putting you guys in the title race. I'm saying like top 4.
Oh yeah.
I'm putting you top 4, but it's just a case. It's just a case of
chill guy.
Like it's legit just a case of just carry on what you're doing, sort of thing. Like next year, title race, cool. If you keep recruiting the way you're recruiting, and also a big thing is you signed a bunch of players, you sold a bunch of players, but you still look like you gelled very quickly, and that's because of coaching. That's a testament to how good the coaching's been at Chelsea. So overall, just got to give Maresca the props, man. They just keep improving every game, and every player just comes in, doesn't look out of place.
That's why I think for you guys as well, as soon as you get rid of that of Lopetegui, even if it is Terzic, I do think you guys are going to see a quick improvement. But on North side, just quickly, your thoughts on Chelsea, and I also want to ask your thoughts on United Arsenal, just because like I have noticed that the chest from Arsenal fans for this game is a madness. And I don't think it's going to be a whooping like that. You lot will probably still win. I still have you lot down as favourites and everything, but I'm seeing man like Turkish saying 4-0. Lee Gunner's getting a little bit giddy. Troops is getting a little bit giddy. Everybody's getting gas. And I kind of think like I could see this being a very tight game. Not a lot of goals in it. Like maybe 2-3 max. You could see a little 2-1 or 1-0 or something, 1-1. I don't think it's going to be a bopping for either side. So I know it's a bit of a layered thing, but like, what's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, that's a funny thing, and I get labeled. I say everything Lee says, innit? But we did a show, and he was really confident, about Arsenal going up against Man United. But I've seen Man United in the dumps and Rashford turn up against us. I've seen Lingard turn up against us. You know, like certain teams just have that. Like Chelsea, you know what I mean? I think you guys with is it United? A lot of times you guys have got.
We barely beat them. We got one win since 2018.
That's what I mean. So it's like, even though I look at it like I expect Arsenal to beat, obviously I expect us to beat them. We've been in the process longer. We've built a team around this manager. If this manager is what the fan base hype him up to be, then yeah, we're expected to win. But at the same time, this is why I missed the Chelsea game. I saw the highlights, very good goal from Jackson. Enzo as well, great touch, great goal. Palmer absolutely slapped the goalkeeper, didn't even move. But I've been watching you guys, most Chelsea games I've caught this season. But Man United, obviously, because we're going to play them tomorrow, I was watching Man United, and bro, the biggest problem they have right now is the way that they retain possession. But they actually set up really well defensively. Yeah, people talk about Bodo Glimt, but they were playing Malacia. They're not going to be playing Malacia against certain opposition. Like, he's not going to be the starting for them. But then going forward, like you've seen, like Amad Diallo, he's looked dangerous. Xerxes is now being able to play to his strengths, which is linking up play and playing little 1-2s, because Bruno Fernandes has actually been tamed in spamming crosses into the box. Rashford has been a little bit more effective under this system. Casemiro is looking better. I expect Kobbie Mainoo, well, he's not going to be available for this game, but I expect him to be playing further up, because I don't think he's a central midfielder. I think he's more of a cam. I've seen Delo play well these certain games for Man United. I think he played really well against Ipswich. De Ligt played very well. Mazraoui played really well against Ipswich as well. There's been good signs. This manager ain't been here for a very long time. There's a lot of Man United players that I don't think are going to make it under this system. But there's been Man United have looked a lot more composed in terms of their build-up play. They look a lot more structured. Defensively, they're getting back into shape a lot better. And I don't think it's going to be as easy as some Arsenal fans think it's going to be. Like, you know, I could even, you know, I just think that they could potentially just think it out. Ruben Amorim, when he was at Sporting, until the team understood what he wanted to do defensively, he didn't progress the team. Once they understood, he started pressing. They started being more attacking. They could play the little triangles, but they could do the directness as well. At the moment, obviously, they're not as effective with Delo on the left as they are with Amad Diallo on the right-hand side. But they're a lot better coach and a lot better set out. And they actually have passing options. And like I said, they get back defensively into a very good shape. But Onana's improved as well. Like, that goes without saying as well. Onana's improved a lot in the short time that Ruben Amorim has been there as well. But, bro, I just keep it real. Like, it's United. Like, there's certain games, that it's just, bro, I remember, I think it was last season, Liverpool played the United, and people are like, oh, it's United. Oh, Liverpool going to slap them. And then what happened? United ended up beating them. You know, there's certain teams that they just sometimes have that about them, that they can just turn up on the game. You know what I mean? And just have players that can score goals. Man United still have players that live off of XG. Bruno lives off of XG. Do you know what I'm saying? Rashford lives off of XG. These are players that may not have the best game, but they can score a goal. So they are still, a danger, Man United. but I'm expecting us to deal with them comfortably. I am expecting us to deal with them comfortably, but you never know, man. I'm not super confident. I'm not. And that is also down to Arsenal being unpredictable this season as well. Let's keep it real. We dropped points to Brighton. We lost to Inter. We drew to Atlanta. We lost to Newcastle. We lost to Bournemouth as well. We have been unpredictable at times this season as well. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what version of this team I'm going to get. Well, the reason we're playing catch up is the amount of points we've dropped up into this point, and now we've hit a good run of form. I'm expecting us to beat them, but at the same time, I don't think we should be underestimating a Man United, bro, because it's a different system, different manager. Yes, certain players aren't great, but I've seen them not look that great and still, you know, linger dancing at my stadium. So that's always in the back of my mind, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's always in the back of my mind, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. So, yeah, man, I'm just keeping it calm. You know what I mean? If we beat them, then I'll be gassed. But up until then, I'm just keeping it humble. I'm not going to talk too much.
All right, you just like me, man. Cards close to the chest until you give me a reason to bring it out. I get that. But can I pull a score prediction out of you? Just quickly.
Go on.
No. What's your score prediction?
1-0 Arsenal. I think even though we're playing good football, defensively, Mazraoui is playing really well defensively. De Ligt is playing really well defensively. Delo as well defensively, he's been very good, and Amad Diallo has been doing that work. Like, he's been very good going forward, but he's also getting back to try and attack and defend as well. Casemiro is looking a lot better as well. So I'm gonna say 1-0. Yeah, we're looking good going forward, but Man United ain't gonna be easy defensively to beat. So that's what I'm gonna say.
Fair enough. I respect that. Mike, let's get your prediction as well, just for a wrap up.
I still think Arsenal win like 3-1, just because Erdegaard's on form right now. I just think it will open up Man United a little bit. I think as Northside said, like Amorim, like he'll get the best out of what he has for now and sort of thing. But I almost think coming up against Arsenal is that team of level where certain players will get exposed in the game and stuff like that. And they haven't won at the Emirates in time, so yeah, I think 3-1 Arsenal.
All right, cool. Right, big up to every single one of you that's locked in, though. It's been a really great stream. We're going to be back tomorrow. Watch along settings. Chelsea versus Southampton. I'm going to drop a preview video. I'm not going to have enough time to run a show for it, but not really a need to do a panel preview. But guys, don't go anywhere. We're sending you guys straight over to Northside. He's about to go live to talk about all things Arsenal, Manchester United. So check that out.
Quickly. Who have you got winning the league?
Oh, Liverpool.
Thank you.
What is that?
Just wondering. Mike's?
Liverpool.
Okay.
At least we're equal about. Northside, you?
Me, Liverpool.
Yeah, triple kill.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks. All right, cool. We're all in agreement there. Right, everyone, head over to Northside. Everyone stay on the stream right now, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Big up.